Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the Pirate Über Alles mod. Last time around we were able to take the Western Prussian province, and in so securing another port, and we also made peace with the Austrians, although I do not think the peace will hold. However, I'm hoping that the French will go ahead and deal... Oh, didn't they? Oh, they moved through? Where? Wait, where is the French army? Wait, there's an Austrian army all the way over here. There's an Austrian army all the way there. There's a French army all the way over there. There's another one there. Oh, the Austrians are actually pushing back on the French. These must have risen as a rebellion force against the French or the Austrians, retaking it. Ah, the French are then on the back foot against the Austrians, because the Austrians are pushed all the way here, just outside of Paris. Interesting, but not that I care, although I do care that the Austrians are winning, because that might embolden them to declare war on me pretty soon again. Hopefully that's not the case, and we can kind of keep away. Pretty low garrison in Saxony. That should definitely be a target for at some point here. They're upgrading the school as well. That must mean that they have quite the intellectual advance. Right, that's where we landed off there, but we were just starting off in the east, because the Russians have declared war against us again. Now, they seem like they're rallying some troops here, but it's going to take them a while to strike Moscow, so hopefully I've recruited 2 extra grenadiers to hold out here, because they do really well on the walls. So we'll see. The most notable fight right now is over here, and then I'm hoping... yes, my navy is on the way back because it needs to repair, and we also need to strengthen it a bit as well. So there's 2 things. Right, there's a fight here, and then it's a trade navy. What I'm going to do with that, I'm probably gonna have to evacuate that. And then also, I need to say that in the last episode, it wasn't until after I'd done the final battle where I realized, you know what? I didn't actually play any battle before you. It became all like post-battle replays of it all. I guess that's one way of doing it, but it's not something. It's not like a new style or anything. So that was one thing, and also I did realize that I hadn't actually started my playlist. I was just running the same song over and over again, or the same music over and over again. So that was also a mistake. Someone's asked about the playlist. I think I'm gonna put it all together in a playlist that you can find on YouTube then. But right now, it's what I use Empire, Napoleon, and then I use music from Cossacks 1, which is a really old game, and then Cossacks 2. So I'm using music from those 2 mixed in here as well with the Empire Napoleon. The good thing about the Cossacks music is those pieces are usually longer. The Empire Napoleon ones are a lot shorter, so when I put them on the post-battle screens, they usually don't cover all of it. So I'll have to put 2, and I have to kind of mix and match, so it's not like abrupt, or so it makes it so much easier to edit it. Right, I had an idea of potentially drawing all the trade navies together to actually fight the Russian Navy, but I think they've got more ships out here, so I think what we'll do is we'll just organize everyone This is obviously not great because other nations can come in and take the trade nodes now. But I think the best way, when we've got nowhere to protect it, is to go... Actually, not go to India. We'll go to East Africa and start trade there. But this means that I drop about 3,000 in wealth. So what you're hearing right now, this is from Cossacks 1. Right. We're gonna end turn. We're gonna see if the Crimean Tartars are gonna lay siege to Kiev and try to storm the fort that I've got there. And hopefully we'll be able to keep them away. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and end turn. Unlike the Russians, the Tartars does not hesitate. They strike forth and attack the fort. I have 2,300 men defending the fort, and they have 3,000 men attacking it. They do bring one cannon, a demi-cannon, and a mortar, so they should potentially be able to break the wall. We'll see. With that, let's prepare the defenses and thwart this assault. Unfortunately, as we can see right here, my unit is getting charged down by enemy lancers, while the rest of them are making their way inside. Now, the reason for that is you can see that my sappers have laid traps all along the outside here, and I'm hoping that the enemy goes on them, but my units had to start outside for me to be able to put all these traps. Now that the traps are laid, though, it's time to get up onto the wall and secure the flanks that are not secure. I did put down obstacles for the horses, the cheval de frise or whatever they're called. Unfortunately, the cavalry did not ride onto them. But they were taken down by bayonet alone. Right. The general unit is the only one who should be down here. The rest of the units should be up manning the wall and putting down as much fire as possible. I should have put the unit like this before I tried to enter the gate. Maybe that would make it quicker for them. We've got the Grenadiers about to trigger one bomb. These guys could be triggering this one, which is... Nope, they're not. The Grenadiers definitely gonna trigger this one, though. Nope. So far, no bombs triggered. Not sure who's triggered. I guess I'll say a slur, then someone will be triggered. Come on! Walk onto my there we go. Here's... That bomb has to go off. And my troops need to get inside before they are attacked by the enemy out here. Come on. You're going to set this bomb off. No? Why aren't my bombs working? This bomb has to go off. Why is everyone taking the bloody sweet time to get in inside? Come on, there we go. Literally everyone was on top of it. That's gonna be some massive casualties. There's 100 out of that unit. It's like 50 out of that one. And so on and so forth. Unfortunately, it looks like one of my units got stuck. And it's a Grenadier unit as well. That's really bad. What? These guys just walked on top of the bomb without setting it off? Maybe I shouldn't have put them on an angle like that. Is that what did it? Come on, you gotta trigger this. There we go. I triggered another one. Unfortunately, it's kind of in a bad angle. It's a Grenadier unit though, and they've lost half the man. God damn it. And this is a good unit because it's got bayonets. Okay, but the other unit managed to get in. That was not good. I want you to get up to this position. Oh, these guys put down so they could climb here, and then they switched sides. So they decided, no, we're gonna climb this area instead. Oh, now they're firing arrows. They're not firing bows, for goddammit. They're firing arrows. We broke the two grenadier units. That's actually really good. You gotta move there to make sure that you secure that side. So I've set up 2 bombs out of 4. The other 2 did not work out. Now this unit turned invisible for a second or 2. Which I guess is a Tartar specialty. I'll see about getting this unit closer in to the mess. Get him to fight there. What's this unit? Oh, it's a pike unit. Yeah, pikes aren't gonna do much. And another Janissary unit is forced away. We do have these guys making it in. The general unit started firing. The thing though is, there's a lot of our people in the way, but I think we scared them because they were like, who are these people that shoot them their own to try and get at us? Oh, these grenadiers keep chasing this unit. It says spawned in unit though, so it doesn't matter that much. I wonder what this formation is called. And here's the cavalry, unable to get inside. They've decided to I was gonna say dismount, but stopped using the cannons and are marching on us instead. Take a look at this. Take a look at the amount of troops that lie dead here. There were like 200 people who died in just that one go. Oh, everyone's actually forced off the wall right now. I am in complete control again. And did these guys throw up this, but without actually being able to climb? Archers should be able to climb. I'm not entirely sure why they're not. And then, I mean, unless they are able to rally something, like the grenadiers, I very much doubt. They did manage to make a little bit of a dent on the wall, 10%. Probably could have done a lot better if they continued firing on that. Why aren't you spreading out all along the wall, firing on the guys down below? Up to the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Fire, goddamn you, fire! I'm lucky the grenadiers aren't using the grenades. We saw the devastation my grenadiers could do. Come on, you're so... a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer to set off the bomb. Ah, you're just there. Get a little bit closer. Set it off and die. You dumb bastards. I just ordered this guy to halt, and this unit's now taking my order to heart and started to climb down the wall to face the enemy. It's a little bit much. Oh, you're like, you're on it, but somehow you're not triggering it. Here comes a gun, some more Janissaries. I don't think, at this point, I don't think the enemy will be able to seize the wall because, well, they have lost so many men in their attempt at seizing the wall, and what they have left is mostly cavalry and a big pike unit. Come on, get on the bomb already. Maybe I should take a unit outside, stand next to the bomb, just to try and trigger them into firing it off. If I put someone here, then these cavalry unit might go right, and then through that, set off the bomb, set off this bomb, and then I do that, and the cavalry goes, ooh, goes around the corner that way. I should send someone out. I have plenty of troops. I have too many troops on the wall. Alright, you will go down. And then general unit will set out like that. What are these bastards doing? They're doing everything but setting off the bomb. Apparently. Okay, so they have 2 cannon units fighting this one over here, and then we've got some Janissaries fighting over here. But, I mean, the fight is basically over, especially now that the Janissaries gave up, and the cannons over there. I'm just gonna have to see about triggering some troops to get on the bomb, and... oh, there we go. That's actually a substantial threat. Why aren't you firing guns at them? You should be firing. Well, now I can't get out to attack them because, well, there's a unit in the way. This sapper corps could climb down from the wall, though, and trigger and try and get someone there, and then you could stand in their place instead. Doing some damage over there. These guys are now starting to climb down. I'm ordering them to set up there. Now it could be that that gets the Grenadiers to come over here. Alright, we'll see what the Grenadiers decides to do. It's really up to this. This is the only unit they have that could potentially do something. Oh, they're gonna stand and shoot? Interesting strategy. Perhaps they should have done that earlier. Although that's not good strategy either, because we've got better cover and we're firing cannons as well. Okay, the sapper unit is down. And oh, crap! I completely missed that. And now we have a enemy cavalry unit just completely rode down my unit. Let's see if we can't get some more fire onto that unit. I'm gonna organize my troops a little bit better along the wall. That unit's not doing too well. I bet they have killed anyone along the wall. Come on! Trigger the goddamn bomb, you bastards. Why did these guys not ride to attack? Maybe they were stationed out here. And I got to this point. God damn it, I completely missed that. That, ooh, got some really good cannon shots bouncing through these bastards. As soon as these 2 units give way, though, it's over. It's all over, Anakin. I have the fort. But for now, we're gonna have to wait for quite a while until these Ottomans, or not Ottomans, these Tartars lose their patience. I've pulled down a militia unit from the wall, and as we can see, the pikes are on the way, and it could be that they're about to trigger one bomb, and I'm hoping get them to trigger another one. So potentially here could see them trigger this one. It's good that they get surprised and stop. long enough for the grenades to go off after that, which is great. We're gonna see if they're able to get picked up on this trap as well. This time around there's no cavalry to charge me. How great. Maybe not stand too close. This is one of the units that does spawn, so it shouldn't be that bad if the unit is lost. Seems like these guys are a bit lost though. They're not entirely sure where they're going. They haven't figured out that this guy is actually outside and within reach. Unlike the guys up here. Oh, finally, it's broken. And it's now forced away. It should... The battle should be over now. As the cavalry can't get in. But I guess I have to trigger these guys into dying as well. Just great. Just great. Here's the result of the battle. They deployed 3,300, I 2,300. They ended up losing 2,000 men, and I lost 1,000. So we have 1,200 remaining outside the fort and 1,400 remaining inside. The reason that I finally won was, or the reason why I didn't win when the pike unit lost, was because apparently it has to be completely destroyed. It did rally, and once I destroyed it once more, then I won. And I do think that pikes have probably played out their role. I think they really play out their role as soon as you get bayonets, like proper socket bayonets. They've then played out their role because, I mean, bayonets, my bayonets unit, they're broken down cavalry units, and right now, in the final moments there, my militia units, one of my militia unit was able to overwhelm the pike unit. Now obviously the pike unit wasn't at full strength, but I still think that in large part they probably played out their role. Perhaps the role they have left is to fight cavalry, but they probably should look at phasing them out of the armies, because I think they've done their thing. Right, let's go ahead and have the end turn continue, and let's give me a chance to respond. Saxony calls for peace, and It's ludicrous. August the Strong of Saxony asks for 16,000 in demand for peace. His power is weak and his wealth is meager. I can understand why he would want that much money, but this is an insult. If anything, suddenly I'm not so keen on going after the Russians as I am on... August, you've already lost one country. You're gonna lose another one? You silly bastard. Crafts Workshop has been successfully attacked. It's the Tartars added again, burning stuff. Successful there. We've got another priest. It's all those bloody Russian church buildings that gives me so many of these. What's this? Exiled Russian nobleman on the way to Stockholm to steal my technology. And then we've got some troops and grenadiers being recruited in Poland as we're setting up Armfeld's army to be a lot stronger here. Oh, the French army defeated again. The general lives though, and he's taken his troops to the German coast. Maybe I should allow him free passage through my country as well. Armfeld should move to Warsaw and be ready to set up the rest of the army. With the money that I have now, 23,000, as I saved a lot from last time, I'm able to upgrade the Royal Palace to an Imperial Palace. That will increase wealth and prestige for us. I think at some point here, we haven't the technology just yet, but as soon as we can, we should be upgrading roads in preparation from gaining even more wealth from... what's it called? Or lose wealth from the technology. Currently, the reason why I'm making so much, 35 per turn, is because we have reduced all taxes. We have the lowest taxes, and we're making up for that by trade, which could be precarious. However, our trade is strong, even though I just lost a lot of the East India trade. This army should be really reorganized, same with that one, but currently I don't really have the time for that. We need to keep fighting. Armfeld will stay here just in case, and then with the next amount of money I get for next turn, I think we'll start setting up a third army, because we have a vast empire and I don't have enough soldiers to cover all of it, do I? Also, I did lose one of my engineer units, so it could be good to get another one, and perhaps it would be good to get some of the more short-range guns set up inside for canister work. Not that the enemy is actually likely to break the wall, they surrender the cannons pretty quickly. It could be better than to have a grenadier unit stationed inside. Actually, no, I've used up all the sappers. Otherwise we would have more sappers there. I do have another 4 sappers here. Could be that they try another strike on the fort again, but hopefully that will not come to pass, and I can bring the king in to take out the Crimean Tartars. What do they have in there? They have quite a few troops around here, and they do have a large fortification. Actually, the improved fortification. Oh, no, it's They don't have the massive fortifications, which is good, because those are like too big. The thing is, like, the small stone fortress is almost too small for most armies, and then the huge stone fortress is like always too large. So they should be like, the fort should be middle grounds between those two. But enough of that. I need to move the navy as well. The navy moves fast. So one more turn and then we'll reach port, we'll repair, and then we can go out to fight the Russian navy that is hampering my trade in the East Indies. What are we doing here? We are... it's only 7% left and they reduced by 4, which means that all my priests or all my pastors can move on to the next area of conversion. I find it funny, the Russians declared war on us. Seemingly they've been moving no troops in large quantities to actually attack me. Do they even have the troops necessary? This power is still mighty, which is the same as me. They're ranked the same as me in power, but where are their armies hiding? I do have a spy here. I could go around, take a look at what they've got. They've got one army. Oh, there they are. There's the armies. Do they have they re-recruited the Tsar? Is he back? Somewhere in one of these armies? Okay, so they do have the troops. It's just that they want me to come to them, apparently. Huh. Right, let's go ahead and end turn once more. And I think, well, clearly we won't be able to fight the Russians this video. So I think the goal will be to try and to take out the Crimean Tartars then. Hopefully I won't upset the Ottoman Empire by doing that, since they are in fact a vassal of the Ottoman Empire. But I figure that the Ottoman Empire has other things going for it, which is... What are you doing, Ottoman Empire? You are allied with France and the... that seems like the AF Shahid Empire. It looks like someone just, you know, pressed the keyboard a little bit. And that's how they got the name. Who is it at war with though? Moldova, Marhatha Confederacy, the Wild Fields, something, Russia. He's actually an ally in the war against Russia then. Although he doesn't border Russia. But his navy can go after the Russian non-existing navy. Enough talking now. Charles got a long way to go to get all the way to Crimea to take out the Tartars. You gotta be kidding me. The Crimeans come again. This time they bring 1,000 men. I have 1,300 defenders. This time around I don't get militia. I get 2 mortars instead for some reason, which I very much would have preferred the militia instead. But I'll have to use what I got. So here we go. Once more onto the breach. Here's the result of the second siege. So equal numbers. This time though I only lost 300 while they lost 600. The battle was quite uneventful. One thing though that happened was that I was able to kill more of their cavalry this time around. So I don't think they will be making a third attempt since they don't have enough infantry to even try it. So that's a good thing. I said they didn't have enough infantry, I just noticed they brought up the secondary army. We've got an enemy invasion, some hillmen. This force is coming up on the other side of the river. This time around we've got 4 units of grenadiers, a lot more cavalry, some guns. One thing is, they could have easily broken in through my wall using the guns, just taken enough time, but they always abandon them. Right, we've got a new sapper unit in, and hopefully I'll be able to get the grenadier in time. Provincial cavalry, I cannot recruit unfortunately. The king though is very close now. Not close enough to go ahead and aid the fort. Maybe I should perhaps spread those ships out to make maximum profit, but I'm gonna move them back as soon as possible anyways. Got some stuff built, all that's nice. Armfeld joins the rest here. He's got like 3 slots left. Thing though is, my main concern now is just continuing this. See what's going on here. The Russians have made no attempts. Clearly. Here's another full stack. There's Peter. He's basically as far away from me as you can come. And he sits out there in the middle of nowhere and declares war on me. Come fight me, you bastard. Alright, they could launch another attack. If they get close to Charles though, I'll crush them. I would like to end the episode by taking this, but right now I've had so many troubles with I had a crash on one of the siege battles, and now I don't even know how much I've recorded or what is going to be in the end. But let's make sure anyways that Charles is ready to strike somewhere, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll make a bigger jump until Charles is ready to fight here. So might not get a conclusion to the Tartars story this time around, but I'm ready to end turn once more. I decided to jump through a few end turns. They did not try another siege at the fort at Kiev, so instead it allowed me and Charles's army to advance on them. I thought I'd go ahead and clear the way by taking control of the bridge, and it looks like their entire army is gonna come and defend it. So they've got 2,000 men defending the river crossing right at the start, and then they're gonna get reinforced by 3,000 men. Not that gets any close to my numbers, because I bring 7,000. There is an army up here though, so it could be that even after this battle that I don't make it all the way to the enemy's capital, and we could face yet another battle. However, let's go ahead and cross this bridge, shall we? The enemy only had cannons in the reinforcement army, so they will not actually be able to respond to my artillery fire here in the start. So it could very well be that our crossing instead becomes them trying to cross and fight us, which could be very interesting if that was the case. We're gonna advance the entire army up to the crossing point here. We've got the king right here, the artillery right here. Now, I did set up some troops. The dragoons and the Finnish cavalry to hold the bridge. I didn't send any infantry there because I figured that was not going to be needed. They are sending one Lancer unit towards the bridge. I'm going to go ahead and shoot them. That was specifically aim my cannons from there for them. Not entirely sure where the reinforcements are coming from. Clearly, they're not being seen right now. Oh, there they are actually. Oh, they're actually coming closer to the bridge, which is troublesome if they start to try and cross it over there. But it's problematic for them as well, because if they want to, you know, hurry and try and stop me from actually crossing the river, then that's not really gonna work out, because I'll be able to well, I'll get here first. Well, clearly they're already sending a unit of Mamluks over, so I need to send the first 4 units up quickly here, just to make sure that we put something up here. And I kinda need to stop the rest of my force here. Close to perfect. They killed like 50 of them right at the start. Although the enemy thunders in to the 3rd Finnish infantry and kills about 50 in the charge. However, I'd say it's a much worse loss for them. I'm gonna have to stop the second line here and get them in position behind. The entire advance has been blocked by the... I should have figured as much, that the enemy was gonna go and charge headlong into this. Okay, the cannons are thundering in on those. Fire on that. Right, now they charge in on this side. This Lancer charge is not as good. It kills about 40 men in the charge before my men start to cut them to pieces. How many of those? 25 managed to get across. Oh, god damn it, hold your fire. How on earth did you guys figure you would be able to fire through all of that? Wait, there was like large part of this unit fired. Not a single unit of these guys died. One guy of this one. How was there no friendly fire from these guys firing? Maybe it works a lot better than I thought to fire through the army. This battle is gonna be kind of boring, I think, because so far we have had 2 cavalry charges go in on us, and that's about it. There's 1 new unit coming up. It's gonna figure it's gonna charge us, and then these reinforcement armies are nowhere close at protecting the river crossing as of now. So I don't know what we're gonna make out of this battle. And right now, seeing as though they've got such powerful charges, we're gonna have to clear the way here first before we even try or think about coming across. We should move the pikes up though, seeing as though they have so much cavalry. Oh, look at that, a hidden unit turned up. Here comes the Mamluks. I will see about holding fire, and then fire once they get closer. Right, we're gonna have to break up this battle into parts, I think. Or in parts when I show how the battle goes, because otherwise we'll be here forever. Well, now we've got a substantial cavalry attack going in. I've ordered forward the pikes and ordered them into pike formation, of, I guess, a kind of phalanx formation. Hasn't worked out that well. Even with ordering them into this, the pike phalanx fell apart where the enemy attacked them, so that has not really worked out, and we can see quite heavy casualties on where the heavy cavalry of the enemy force has struck through. So I think perhaps we should adopt the square instead as a way of combating the enemy. More and more troops are being drawn in here now, though. So we are looking at a more substantial fight. That was a lot of arrows. I don't think they where are they going? They're firing at this square. Which, I mean, it would be great if they would actually point the pikes at the enemy. This kind of works because now it's an island that keeps the enemy away from the musketeers. And the musketeers can keep firing onto the oncoming enemy. And the guys that stay back here at range are being fired upon by the cannons. You can see a cannon shot went in there, another one went in there. There is a lot of arrows coming in though, and it's not a lot of protection for the guys standing on the square. However, the enemy is taking a load of damage from all the musketry fire. Oh, there's a unit all the way back here that's been firing. But also, not creating any friendly fire, more than one guy out of the Grenadier Regiment. Okay, this is the middle square of pikes. It's about to fall apart. What I'm going to do then is, I think the time of pike is over, if there ever was a time for pike. So I'm gonna order them in. I'm ordering you to attack this unit, and they're running back behind line, which is odd. Just ordering the pikes straight in to the enemy cavalry. Look at that, it caused a mass rout. They were not expecting the Finnish pikemen to go ahead and rout them. Well, the river crossing turned into a massive disaster for the enemy army. And for my pikes, because not a lot of them have survived. Let's see if we can organize the last pike square. Here is where I should be sending in my own cavalry. Let's see, are they still... They still have units coming out through there. You know what? Order all pikes back. There's no point in having you up there now. I should organize my cavalry now to come across and take up a good position to hold the enemy away. I ordered the guns to continuously fire on this area. I think it might be time to allow them to fire at will. Pick targets across on this side. Right. We're ordering forward the cavalry. I should order forward the cavalry here as well, potentially. But probably cross after I'd cross over here and ordered in the strikes. So that I'm not... Yeah, well, I don't end up in a position... We should actually have... the center pike unit should still be like right here, formed into square. That could probably work. I'd send in the dragoons and all of that later on. They're still like trickling in. It's gonna take forever to finish this battle. But I think all the infantry that's coming up now will have the cavalry. I'm not gonna charge across. I think we'll allow these guys to come across, and then we kill them. And then once they're dead, that's when the cavalry comes in, creates a perimeter so the infantry can actually cross. Let's see if these guys actually want to come across and fight us. Well, here we have the enemy's second attempt at trying to cross. I allowed my musketeers to hold the fire and wait until all the enemies were across, and then order them to open up fire. Let's see if they can organize anything. Don't think so. Once the cavalry gives way here, which should be any second now, the infantry will be ordered to move to the side and allow for the cavalry to come through. And at this point it should be... let's set the target for the artillery over here so we don't shoot at our own. The Royal Lions will lead the charge. And then the rest of the cavalry will be just behind. And as that goes in, I'll order the troops to hold the fire. One guy got shot before all the cavalry comes thundering across. I'll order them to force their way through the enemy unit. Hopefully that will work, so they're not stuck in place there. Let's make sure that they haven't placed a load of spikes here while I wasn't paying attention to the other side, the other riverbank. But it looks like we have been able to successfully force our way through, and potentially here there's no more reinforcement coming in. So I'll order these cavalry now to try and cross. And then I will order the cavalry to continue across here. The cannon shot will now go even further away. Alright, most of these guys are being forced away. I'll order the cavalry to regroup now. And then they will charge these troops. We'll also have to order some of these to just follow after and destroy some of the enemy troops here. Let's go ahead and take control of the banks. And then I think it's time for the Royal Guard to cross. They're regrouping. There's a lot of retreating troops here that is gonna hold down my troops on this side, which really is gonna be the main charge. Henrik's Lions and the heavy guard cavalry is going to be coming across. And they're going to strike before the frontal charge goes in. So we'll attack from an angle rather than coming straight at them. Although here we did actually end up going straight at them. And unlike the enemy's cavalry charge, my charges were successful. Especially the one here. This one holds out a little bit more, but once... Yes, there we go. Right, as this is happening, I'm going to order Forcum to go ahead and charge down the rest of them, while these cavalry units regroup to prepare to fight. Oh, there's an obstacle actually. Good that I would set my troops to go directly on that. Right, there's clearly no reinforcements coming in. What I'll do is, what do we have here? Pikes, interesting. Probably not a good idea to charge the pikes. So that's a job for the dragoons, and then the Finnish cavalry can go after the hill folk. And then the two remaining units is grenadiers and more hill folk. There's another obstacle. Good that I noticed that. We should take these cavalry units through the opening to attack over there, and then Forcum will just be reordered to go ahead and do that. Right, let's have the dragoons ride up behind while the Finnish cavalry starts making its move towards the hill folk. Right, I don't think the guards will take part in the battle because, well, the battle will be over by then. Hopefully. Right, the pikes are wheeling around, preparing to attack. Dragoons get a perfect shot here as soon as they do fire. I want the Finnish cavalry to follow through the attack and not to get stuck. Oh, he's behind the spikes there, the bastard. Clever. I think Forcum's done there, so we'll head over here. Right, let's get the Finnish cavalry out of there. They've already lost 40 men. They killed the hill folk, and dragoons have done a pretty good job at shooting down the enemy. The thing is here, I think, now when they're spread out and they're in the middle of a unit retreating, I do think we have an opportunity to try and overwhelm the pike unit, and by striking it from multiple angles they won't be able to face the pikes our way, and we can force it into wavering. Alright, let's hit the Janissaries here. Multiple angles, and then these three will go after the hill folk, which is spread out like crazy. Right, look at that. Once the pikes lost their cohesion, they became an easy target for the cavalry, and they rode them down with minimal losses. 1 dragoon out of this unit and 5 out of the other one. Pretty darn good. And these guys have decided to take the scared sheep formation, which proves very ineffective. And with that, I'd say the battle is won. Especially now that the household cavalry in Henrik's alliance comes in and charge them down. Here's the result of the battle. We deployed 7,000 men against 5,500 of the enemy. We ended up losing 1,100 men, close to 1,200, leaving us with 6,000 men after the battle, while the enemy lost 4,500, leaving them with 1,000. Highest kills goes to the Finnish cavalry. Quite surprised there, I didn't use them until the end. Same with the dragoons, followed by enlisted cavalry and then heavy cavalry and so on. Don't think any of these are named units, are they? We don't get until here, until the Life Regiment, which is the cavalry units, right? But yeah, there we go. We were able to force the enemy off the bridge and even force them away from the capital. Attacking the capital then, I'll demand surrender, should be an outer assault, shouldn't it? 3,500 men against 6,000 outside, it's heavily in my favor. Just in case it kills the king or anything stupid like that, I should outer assault before ending this. So we can actually we can close the bag on this episode by closing out the Crimean Tartars. And would you look at that? We are victorious. We lost 1,000 men in storming the castle. The enemy lost the entire garrison of 3,500 men. Lifeguard Regiment gets points. A lot of other units get points as we go through, but since we didn't play the battle, it's not that important. And with that, the area is seized. Now, one of the few places that actually pose a lot of resistance to us. -4 for the nobility, -7 for the lower class folk a lot of religious unrest since they are Muslim and now they're being controlled by Christians. Exempting them from tax did only reduce it by 1 point, which makes sense because I'm already on low tax. So they're only paying 15%. We're gonna exempt them from tax. I do think building this up will aid in or both of these. Naval headquarters. I don't know if naval headquarters is necessary. Although I do not have one of these. Actually, it's probably better to repair the main fortress of the Mountain Prince. Go ahead and repair that. More than anything else. Territory seized. And the Tartars raids into Ukraine is now over. And as you can see, there was quite a lot of raids. On a lot of infrastructure that was burned. But now that should be safe, as long as we can hold on to this. I don't want to stay here for too long though, as we need to go after the Russians. Clearly though, the Russians are in no hurry in going after us. And also, now that this area is safe, I think we can move all the troops that are stationed here, actually head to Moscow, where there is a more pressing problem with defense, and we would have 8 units to put down potential bombs in front of the enemy force. It's only a raiding force of Russians that are coming down. But there we go, we managed to secure that. In between episodes here, I'm hoping that I'll be able to advance Charles to a point where we can actually fight the Russians. But this episode is long enough, so I should end it as soon as possible. And on that note, I'll be saying like I always say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.